how well does America support immigrants? Not as well as it should, unfortunately, in my opinion.
I think America tries to support immigrants and probably does good in some ways and does bad in other ways.
The current political climate after Trump, it's definitely very divisive, and some people maybe don't support immigrants at all.
I think you could do a better job. We could definitely do better making people feel welcome, not just from like a numbers perspective, but even the immigrants that are here, making sure that they feel welcome and supported.
Americans think immigration is good for this country. Well, most of them do. 83% of respondents between the ages of 18 and 34 believe immigrants are good for this country. But that number goes down when the ages go up. And it's also partisan. 69% of Republicans oppose immigration, while only 33% of Democrats do. And this won't surprise you either. The group that most opposes immigration is white, male, and less educated.
I'm Nazanin Ash, and I'm privileged to lead Welcome.us. We were stood up to be a center of gravity for Americans seeking to help welcome refugees and ensure they thrive. Has been Welcome.us's experience. Everywhere we turned when we asked Americans to help, the answer was always yes. And Americans have also stood up in really remarkable ways to sponsor directly. I'll give you more statistic to really bring this home. The Biden administration, with the Uniting for Ukraine program, for the first time made it possible for any American to sponsor Ukrainian refugees in need of safety in the United States. And in a matter of months, Americans signed up to sponsor more refugees than the whole of the US government has admitted in the last 3 fiscal years combined. So our desire as Americans to do this work of welcoming is vastly ahead of our government programs, our government policies, and our national politics.
America is a nation of immigrants. For decades, the country invited hundreds of thousands of immigrants to help build the country into what it is now. And still, Americans overwhelmingly welcome the huddled masses yearning to breathe free.
The story of America is built on immigrant stories. I mean, I'm an immigrant myself.
I think immigrants have brought a lot of different perspectives to our culture, bring so many people who care really hard about working hard.
They come in and help build our economy, often from the ground up, and they're fun to talk to.
I can't disentangle America from immigrants. My image of America is one that is multicultural and multicolored.
If I try to put myself in the mindset of those who maybe don't support immigrants, I think there's this perception that people come and take jobs from Americans.
That there's a lot of hesitation among politicians to properly support immigrants because they have a misconceived notion that it would negatively impact their voters, and I think that is a fallacy and has probably persisted for too long, but it endures for some reason or another.
Whether and how politicians decide to talk about the contributions and challenges associated with welcoming newcomers, the facts are clear. The way politicians decide to talk about it is their responsibility, and it contributes to a toxic national dialogue around immigration. What I think is so fascinating is that toxicity at the national level is not present in our communities, even those communities that welcome the vast majority of newcomers. We are a nation of immigrants. Our economy is built on the extraordinary innovations and inventions that newcomers have brought to our country and with which they have energized our economies and our societies.
Americans' views on immigrants and immigration are overwhelmingly positive. However, some get swayed by some of the myths and misinformation that's out there. One way that you can fight against this intolerance is to educate yourself on the topic. To learn more about this, as well as many other immigrant-related topics, follow us on social media @ImmigrantFood. Sign up for our newsletter, where each week we send you 5 ways that you can make a difference, and join us inside the restaurants to stay #united at the table. See you guys next month.